Look into my eye. I'm kidding. I don't know why this is amusing me so much, but I zoomed in and I saw that. Welcome, everybody. Thorgal here. I'm back. Yes, I am back after a very long unintentional break. I got sucked into this new game. It's a MMO. It's called Real Life. It's out there in the world. And I needed to play that for a while, and I did not like it. I leveled up okay, but I don't know. It was just too grindy, honestly. I want to give you guys a summary of what brought me from the last episode of Enigmatica 6 to this first episode on Benchmark 2. Because I did not want to start over with you guys again. I wanted to kind of pick up where we left off last time in that last episode on Enigmatica, right? And how we got there, I kind of reproduced the same steps. And then we'll pick up today and start with the first, machines, magic, whatever comes down the line here, and just pick up. Now, a little something quick about this server. It's a FTOG server. If you would like to play with the community and myself, of course, here, you're welcome to. There's going to be a link down in the description on how to join FTOG. You just have to join the Discord. That's where everything lives in the community. And you're going to find a channel there called Benchmark 2 Must Know. And just read through that. There's the IP and everything, and you have to install an extra mod called Mining Dimensions. I'll explain to that in a little bit why we have that, why I thought it was necessary. But, so, here we go. Let me show you guys what I did. Here's spawn, right? Boom, puts you smack middle in this weird brown biome with hundreds and thousands of wither roses everywhere. Oh my god, that was fun. But I collected a bunch of those. And then I just played around in the overworld, right? You're going to see a lot of other things on the map pop up here that are not connected, and that's because other people are playing, and those are their waystones and so on. But I pretty much just explored down, I think, to here. I don't remember. Here, yes, somewhere here. And I just lived out of my backpacks and stuff until I was able to get enough ender pearls, which were easy to get because there's tons of structures everywhere. And then I made it over to finding the end portal right there. That's where it is on the map. Right here is where I dug down. There's a little bit of a roof up there so mobs can't fall in. And boom, I came down here, explored it. I didn't come down here initially, but this is just where I then dug it properly. Had my second nether portal, right? Because I already had one in that other hut that I lived out the first day. And I just made this my home base, right? There's a bunch of other mining dimension and so on portals. Lived out of these chests. There was my bed. And then, boom, we get to the nether. This is where I spawned. I hope that it's going to be bright enough with the shaders. I'm going to have to start keeping just the torch on me, right? But look how far this platform is away from that. That was horrible. I was so scared, but I made it, killed the Ender Dragon, and then set out exploring here. I mean, there's the main island. There's that little thing that you throw your Ender Pearl through, or you swim through with the trapdoor trick. And then I came out over yonder, right there. There's the portal back, and I marked it. And then I explored, and I explored, and I explored, and I explored with the glider wing. Until then, I got the elytra wings there in my back cosmetic slot now, which I didn't know until the longest time, that you can have a chest plate and the elytra wings here, just to let you know. And we go through the gear here, that everything I've collected and made in no time. Anyways, while we're in the end, I guess it's a good point. This modpack Benchmark 2 is fantastic so far. There's so much tech and magic. There's really a lot in here. There's no commands in this mod pack. No home, no warp, no back, nothing. Everything you have to do on foot or whatever. But there's waystones, and you get a lot of... Waystones are not hard to make, especially once you have an Enderman farm. Because it just takes an Ender Pearl. It takes an Eye of Ender and 2 flint to make that eye or whatever that thing is called, and then a couple of other things, and you get a waystone. So they're not hard to make. And also, I love these things right here. Abyss Watcher. I'm going to show you guys this. I wanted to test this anyway if I can board it. But if you make... And again, it's cheap to make this thing here. 2 flint and an ender pearl. That's it. And you right-click it, and it opens a waystone interface anywhere you are with everything that you have marked. And I wanted to close it. Okay, it does not use it when you close it again. So that's good. But it's nice, you know, if you're deep in the mining world or somewhere and you just want to go home, boom, you use one of those. They stack up to 4. Anyways, shortly after I set up home base, I wanted to farm Enderman for XP for the Waystones. Because you just, every time you teleport, it's 1 XP and you go through a lot easy. So I set up these conveyors and these diamond spikes, and there was a platform here. I looked at the Endermen that came and they killed themselves, and I got XP and loot. Right? But then yesterday we were talking about it, and it was just too slow for experience. Hey, let me through here. So Smash actually set up another Enderman farm that is available for everybody that plays on the server. And I'm just going to go there. It's down and over, so just a quick hop and a skip. And it's right here, the new Ender farm that he built. It's all very dark. I'm sure there's going to be lights eventually, but... and you just can kill. There's about 50 of them right there. And this is how I've been enchanting now the last, I don't know, couple of hours and stuff. Like this boomerang is very new. I just made that today. I had an iron boomerang and it's almost broken. I repaired it many times. Boomerangs are amazing, okay? Get them. And I finally got enchants on it. I like piercing and sharpness. And every time I enchanted it and I didn't like it, I just put it in the grindstone and stripped it off. So over and over until I had enchants that I liked. So, now that you have seen this where I get my XP and I enchant, let's go ahead and head over to the actual new base location in the end. So the first day, I flew around, like I said, a lot, right? It's huge. So much. And this was mostly before I found this location. I haven't explored much since then. And I was looking for these biomes here, these blue ones that we lived in before. And I just could never find one that was nice, right? They were either broken up super a lot, or they were small, or there was just overwhelmingly a lot of water. Like this one is super broken up, even though it had a teleporter there. I really, the Stargate thing from this Better End mod, I considered this a lot, but I just couldn't. And every night when I was done, I pretty much logged out here again in this little hut. And it just grew on me. And then after a couple of days, I'm like, you know, I really want to get going now. I got to get my loot together, all my items and everything. And I've said, you know, this is nice. I'm going to just stick it out here. I'm just going to stay here. So, this is it. This is the entrance. The banners I put here, Waystone, and the big torch. Everybody should make this. With 9 stacks of torches in it, you have chunk radius of 8. That means 8 in each direction. I haven't seen a mob here, an Enderman, since I put this torch down. It's crazy. Happy that we have these again back. The obsidian pressure plates, they only work for players, so mobs can trigger them. And this was it right here. I had much more chests and everything, but it's pretty much still the same looking. Here's all the manuals I've collected since I started the pack. These are really cool, these bookshelves. I found them, and you can also craft them easily. And you can put books in them. Like, these are kind of spell books. I don't know what mod. And these are enchanting books. And then, of course, enchanting setup. Over here, I made this burnable generator because I wanted to charge the exchanger right there. Because I love the exchanger for building. It's easy, right? But no slot to charge. And then I, for some reason, thought that the charger didn't need AE2 cables. But it says here device offline. So, and I can't even click it with the exchanger. You can't put it in there. And then this back here, I decided is going to be our hobbit hole, our starter base, right? This is it. Bunch of storage we'll get to in a second. And then here's another empty room for bigger machines. And then, you know, once we go up into mid-end game, well, we're probably going to have to build reactor places and so on. And then we'll probably, you know, add on top or something. I'm not sure. Okay, now, before we get going with the first... Oh, one more thing. Yes, I totally forgot. That's kind of important. And then, it's just that this is my main base, but... And this is 4 elevators above each other, so I can get up nice and high. And then we're gonna glide... Oh my god, no! Oh, I forgot. I'm so glad these are all, like, bouncy. I don't have anything on, like glider wings and stuff, you know? I took everything off to show you. Ha! My heart just popped out. Oh, there's an elevator right there. I can go right back up. Oh my god. Am I up here now? Yes, where is it? This way, towards the spiky. I do have my rockets. Okay, and over here is our Stargate. I made this symmetrical and then, you know, just fix the holes and everything. And then I made those crystals again, just like we did in Enigmatica. Wow, I am down a lot of hearts. Okay, I'm glad I have this cooler that auto-eats. Anyways, it's open, and then this brings us to the last part, and that is this right here. It put this portal at Y36, deep in the ground in the overworld, right? And I can't move it. I don't know how to, I should say. I don't know if you can move them. But I decided then to make this my portal hub, right? And this brings me to that mod you need to add if you play on our server. It's called Mining Dimensions Fabric. So we got our mining dimension, our caving dimension. We got the real nether, a fake nether. That's the one that I forgot. A fake nether, which is a vanilla nether. It does have structures, but it's generated not without all the better end biomes, right? It's just vanilla. And then we have the hunting dimension and the climbing dimension. And then here is my shaft to actually go up on the surface. Now, let me just talk about these real quick. These are really cool, these dimensions. Make them. The mining dimension is 2 biomes. Either it's mixed. You only 2 biomes generate in that whole dimension. A plains or a desert, which is really cool because if you need sand, go there. If you need just quarries, go there. Go mining, everything in here. It's awesome. It's always noon. So on the surface, there is no mobs, but underground, you can stumble on mobs. Even spawners and stuff, so be warned. The caving dimension is amazing, guys, and I unfortunately found out about it too late. I just made this one like yesterday and checked it out, but I wish I would have known this sooner, so hopefully it will help you guys. It's a giant cave. Okay, I am up at 242, and it goes down and down and down. It's crazy how big the world has gotten at 118. Look how far down it goes down there. And I've seen a dragon fly around, so be careful when you go down. But look at this. This is insane how big this is. But why I'm kind of upset that I didn't know about this earlier is every torch you see here is next to iron. Every one of them. And you need so much iron in this pack. And honestly, if I would start over with this caving dimension, I would come in here. You guys see there's no mobs. I don't know. I haven't seen any besides these big lizards, which are tameable. They're passive. There's one right over there. Like the torch is going to help you guys. Anyway, so iron. Everything is exposed. You know, if you go down here, you're probably going to start finding, I don't know, maybe lapis and stuff. And then all the way down, you're probably going to find tons of exposed diamonds and emeralds and I don't know what else, right? But yeah, this is it. Every torch is 1 or 2 pockets of iron. That is a lot. So if you just start, get in here, bring a lot of torches, and just stay on the surface and look for stuff. I mean, it's fantastic. Okay, now let's go through, show you guys the last part, and then we can finally start. I know it's going to be a long episode, but I needed to get you guys caught up somehow, right? I'm just happy that we're not starting over. And hello, Spawny for me. Thank you. Okay, and then the last part is right over here. And this is just, whoa, hello. And then the last part is over here. We go up the bubble elevator to the surface where I built a little bit of a hut. And let me just make it day. All right, now we can see, I like that planet in the sky there with this shader pack. So this is kind of like my playground to plant stuff because I don't want to, you know, have all these different colors on my end island, to be honest. And yeah, this is always going to be here. This is where I do my tanning. I found out that if you put a campfire somewhat behind them, the tanning happens faster and it does work. And I got some geese. I don't know why, but I have them. Sheep, cows, and everything here. Bamboo, birch, jungle, spruce, an oak wall. We get into the crops in a minute and the other stuff. And then I have 3 more sections over here. You know, I have room. I just spread out. Oh, I also planted entries here for me to... This one over there I chopped down many times. That's the one in my biome. And the umbrella planks, I use those a lot in building. And then here is a moss area. I just guessed the size, so it actually only spreads this far. This is the main block here, so I change everything out underneath it for stone. Hit this one sort of 9 times with bone meal, and I got all this moss. And then I got these 2 over here, a crimson and a warped area. I brought a bunch of this stuff. I have Silk Touch for a long time now. And just made this here so when I need these for lighting or anything, they're here for me to harvest. I've done it twice. Okay, so now let's go over into the crop real quick. I split that up into a couple sections because there's a lot of crop in this pack. A lot. Okay, so this right here is vanilla section, potatoes. And I made them always 6. You guys see this? I always plant 6. And they kind of go around in a pattern around the water source. And then the next ones. So there's always 4 patches of 6 around each water source. It just works out that way. I didn't care about the maximum efficiency, right? And so this is vanilla and then Croptopia. And I probably don't even have half of the possible seeds yet. And then over here is Bewitchment. There are 3 plants for Bewitchment. Netherwort. And then here we have Farmer's Delight. I haven't used that yet for anything. And also Sandwichable, the mod. And then here we have Taco Craft. You've got to find these in the wild, by the way. They do not pop from grass. I checked the config. It's disabled. I actually had to find this plant growing in the wild. It was a pain, but I did. Pumpkins, melons, sugarcane. And then over here, we have a little bit of a cactus setup. Just a vacuum hopper. Boom. That's all I have. Is it. Yes, let's stay here in the sun and we'll just go through this here real quick so you guys are caught up on the inventory. Because I know that's going to be, what is that item? What does that do? Boom, regular stuff. And you guys see it's going to give me buffs over here already without anything else. I think one of them comes from the flesh wound, grants absorption. And this one here has red alert, barrier negates next damage. I didn't enchant any of this. Just to let you know, these are all found from end dungeons or stuff like that. I found everything, all the armor. So that gives me that. And then cosmetically, I put this hat on. It adds luck or looting to killing mobs. Just so I have it. Then I have this ukulele. That is kind of funny. I guess you can use it, actually. Yes, like that. And now I casted strength on me. But if you have it in your back slot, I have it in this one. No, this one here. Mobs that attack you get a random debuff, like they float away or they get withered or poisoned, stuff like that. Okay, then I got the running shoes, which are amazing. Okay, Speedy Gonzalez. And the best thing I've ever seen, I hope that everybody keeps that in their running shoe mods. You guys see, I do not have step up when I walk normal. I'm not stepping up. But if I sprint, I step up. And I love that. Because for building, you don't want to... Or like when you're around your machines and you just constantly step up, it's annoying. I love that. And I'm freaky fast with these running shoes. It makes exploring super easy, okay? These shoes combined with my first backpack that I'm just going to put on now. It's a diamond one now. And in here I have a bunch of random stuff, guys. But these right here, the hook shot, make this. This is worth every penny. Boom. And now I'm hanging here. And then I'm like, okay, I want to land here. Let's put them back on. The elytra wings. I got my digging claws again. I was so happy when I got that. And I made the heart canister belt. But it's empty. It doesn't have anything in it yet. Where's the belt slot? Is that the belt slot? No, that's offhand. Oh, it's here. There we go. Okay, and then I found these vampiric gloves. They give you a little bit of lifesteal. And those go right there. And then I got a ring of strength. A ring of fire resistance, which is lava resistance. You can swim in lava. Nothing. You don't take any damage. It's quite overpowered if you ask me. I thought I had 3 rings. Strength? Knockbackers. Oh, I didn't take this one off. Also, I have this one. Okay. Hoi. Okay. And then this thing here is really cool. The cooler. Hey, no pun intended. This is why I'm fried eggs. And as long as you have this in your inventory, it auto-eats for you. It makes all the difference in the world. It's unbelievable. When you're fighting. You lose health, boom, you're back up. I mean, you guys saw how fast I healed without having to worry. Okay. I got a dank null. I got some rockets. Okay, backpack here real quick just to show you these two. Because it's probably going to blow your mind. Golden lassos with my first pet. A big giant cat. When we first saw this, we're like, oh my god, we avoided it. But you just walk up to it with an empty hand, right-click it, and it's yours. And it's quite fast, I have to say. They also, like, when you walk over something hostile, like a zombie, they just damage it. Like, they're biting it. You don't see an animation or anything. And then I think also the jump strength is insane. Yeah, look at this. I just jumped up 5 blocks. Anyway, so I got this guy, and then I also got this one. It's a dire wolf. They're really cool. I like them. And then there's these big lizards. I had one of them, but it got killed by some skeleton or whatever the other day. Yeah, storage. I just there's some storage options. Let me open this quest book here real quick to show you guys. The quest book, by the way, is just there. It's not important. You barely ever get any rewards. There's no descriptions, nothing. Like this one gives you a reward. It says Deep Learner. That's it. There's never any explanation besides under welcome. These quests have a little bit of an explanation. And this one here was good. The inventory sorting, how to figure out how to set that up. Make sure you check that out. It tells you about the sound muffler. Good. So people, in case they don't know, it's there. If you don't know about vein mining, this is good, right? But the rest of this quest book, I don't get it. Unlocking the chapters. What is this? What's the point of this? Right? But anyway, so when you go, it gives you a little bit of an idea of what is there, but not how to use it or anything. Where is it? Storage and furnace, yeah. So I made iron and then gold. I have not made diamond yet. I do have a lot of diamonds, but anyways. And then I saw the slot link and instantly made that, okay? All you make is this network master, doesn't need power, and the request manage, and then the rest is all down here, right? There's a regular cable, all super cheap to make, guys. And then you got these link cables. Link cables is simply next to storage. You can send and receive items from there. It links it. Makes sense, right? And then there is an importer and an exporter, and that is it. There's one more that is a what is it called here? Storage interface. And I tested it in creative. You can put a storage bus from A2 against this, and then you can read this entire inventory from SlotLink in your A2, which means I could always have these and just link it up so A2 can still use this as storage, right? There's an import. I made this entangled chest, sorry. And the bag right here for it as well. Entangled bag. It works just like the other one. When you have dies in your hand, these 8 little white squares pop up and you can dye them. And when you put a diamond on the middle one, it becomes private. So this is mine. All white, right? Easiest. My main input chest. And I made this because when I had to move everything from the end portal base to here, it was so much stuff. And this, I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to just open every chest and show you guys how much stuff I have accumulated. And this is insane. Ores, by the way. I have turtles. I have 107 different ores. Check this out. The turtles don't give me silk touch, but I have silk touch on this, which I used a lot. But look at this. These are all ores. Okay, granted. The blueprint table and this musty glow shroom, and then there's one more thing here. Gardening table. But I counted it the other day, and it was 107 ores from the different dimensions. Because when you, for example, check coal ore, look at this. Regular coal ore, diorite, deep slate, bluestone, marble. Automating this eventually is going to be a pain. Let me tell you, but whatever. So, and this is not all, by the way. So there's the ore. Oops, wrong one. Right there. It's more stuff, and that wasn't enough. No, I had to then add more in the back here. There's 2 more chests, and I am almost done. I have this much left. Everything else is full. All right, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. Sorry. We'll talk more about storage in a minute, right? Because I have this idea, and that was thanks to Smash. By the way, just to show you guys here, there's proper access shafts, so you can get to everything from behind. I wanted to make sure that I can run my cables nicely, and I had a lot of time. So this corner over here, I'm just going to show you real quick. This is my dye corner, okay? Here's all the Botania flowers and stuff that I found over the time and used a lot of it, especially black, gray, dark gray, and white. I used some yellow and purple. But anyway, so let's say we need green dye. Okay, I just take one of them out and get this and put this in my offhand. And then this second dispenser doesn't work. Okay, I thought that you used to be able to shear them. But anyway, so here's bone meal, and then all I do is stand on here. And if I right click, it gets bone mealed, but it does not shear it, guys. I don't know why. It just doesn't work anymore. But I just left click it, I get it, right click, plant it, left click it, you get the idea. It's super fast. And bam, there we go. Now I have 8, and you keep going. And you do not need mortar and pestle anymore, whatever it was called. You just turn these into dyes now, which is awesome. So there's my little dye station, and then here's my concrete station, right? Hold concrete in your offhand, hold your pick, right click to place the concrete, sand, left click, harvest. That's it. It's just a concrete station. All right, so now let's get started with something, and that is before we tackle storage and machines, I wanted to talk about food real quick because I find it really cool. I had fun with this, figuring it out. And we're only going to talk about the mod called Sandwichable and Taco Craft, okay? No, one more thing. Guys, if you play on the server, I just wanted to point out, please make these furnaces if you can. Like the iron furnace, it's faster. I'm all the way up to the gold furnace, and I even have an augment speed in here. Super easy to make, but the coolest thing is this config. Okay, your fuel input for me is on the left, my input on the top, for what I actually want to cook is on the right, blue, and bottom is the output, orange. And I set it to auto input true, so it will pull and push automatically. Done. Redstone always on. I put little coal in here, it will automatically fill this slot. I put my stuff I want to smelt in here, it goes in there, and output comes down here. This is just for this episode. This is usually not in here, okay? We'll talk about this food stuff here right now. But no hoppers, guys. Please, if you need early automation, please make these. Don't use hoppers. Hoppers are always bad. We know it. I don't have a single hopper. I don't think I do. Do I? No. I don't have a hopper anywhere. Anyways, I want to talk about food first, guys, before we go, because you guys have seen that I've been eating these fried eggs, right? I wish you could put a variety in here, the cooler, make it bigger or whatever, but you can also place it, by the way, right-click it and fill it and so on. But I wanted something else. There's so many mobs in here, and I looked at Sandwich Table first, the Sandwichable mod. And that's what I wanted to show you guys first. So I'm going to show you the whole thing, the whole spiel. Let me just put these there for right now. We also need to make this culture here real quick. Bottle of cheese culture, which is just a mushroom. That's it. So you make that. It used that bottle I had, and I'm going to go grab some milk real quick. Okay, so because the first thing we got to go is get our cheese going. You make one of these basins and then just right-click it with the milk. And then we use this cheese culture and also... I'm not sure why it says uses 0 of 10. I don't know what that means, but you just right-click that and then get this sparkly, and then it would take some time, right? Obviously, it's cheese. It's going to take a minute, but where we go. We don't have time for that, so we're just going to go ahead and get this going with a couple, and that's going to be enough to turn this into cheese in no time. There we go. There's the cheese, and then you take it out, and now you have cheese, okay? And let's get started with the bread. You right-click it, the cutting board, and right-click that. And now I got 4 slices of bread, okay? I made this redstone toaster. I had a button here that when I clicked it, it worked, but you actually don't need it. All you need to do is put the 2 slices and then shift right-click, and that starts the toasting process. Now, toast works, but you can also, like you see here, like make grilled onions or something. Cooked chopped onions. You can put them in the toaster, but I have not been able to get them back out until they're either not cooked or they're overcooked and turned into charcoal. So, but now we got 2 slices of toasted bread, right? Let's get our meat. You can use any raw meat, beef or anything. And then we'll also get the cheese. And you guys see you get many slices. So when you do this, you would just make, let's say, 20 sandwiches at once, right? Not like me here. And then... let's go ahead and get the other things here, and you guys get the idea. I'm just going to cut all this up. And I'm not even going to show the other three. You can also cut these up into lettuce, okay? But I just want to show you how it works. So then you can either use a regular slice that works on here, right? You can just use, if you don't like it toasted, you can use that. But I think every step of effort you put in, you get more nutrition out of it. All right, so let's just make a sandwich here. And I love that it actually shows you layer by layer what you can do. I'm sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. It's been so long, I guess. And then let's just top this off with another piece of bread. Now it's important that you need to do something, and that is you need to go into your controls and key bindings. So you're looking for this right here, the pick up thing from the carrier mod, which is by default, I think, left shift and right click the mouse and you pick up a chest. But you need to shift right click this table in order to get the sandwich. So I always picked up the table. And when I put it back down, the sandwich was still there, but I just couldn't get the sandwich, right? So rebind that to something else. I don't really pick up a lot of things, so I can just reach to my right Alt key. So this one right here, the one that we just made, gave us 2, 4, 6, 7.5 haunches of food and 2, 4, 6, 8.5 saturation, right? And I have a couple of more in here. Like this one was another one I tested. And I actually have the apple and so on it. And then this one is a big boy. I put like double of everything, or like now everything that I have left, just put it on one sandwich. It's 15 hunger and 16 saturation. So this is pretty easy, right? Once you got a couple things growing, piece of cake. Well, sandwich, but you guys know what I mean. So that works nice. And can I get all this stuff back in here? Yes. Okay. So that's the sandwichable mod. Play around with it. I'm going to make a bunch of these sandwiches here shortly. The next thing is honey bottle and an apple. That's another thing that caught my eye. That looks really good for food. And it gives you a honeyed apple. Only gives you 5 hunger, but 13 saturation. Saturation is really good because a lot of tools and so on have saturated. You see that? Consumes saturation instead of durability. So the reason why my Paxel is damaged so far is because I ran out of saturation while vein mining. And then it took durability damage. But if I never vein mine again and my saturation is always good, this will never lose any more durability. But anyway, so that's another really good food source here. But you just got to get yourself some bees, right? Okay. By the way, sink is an endless water source. Super cheap to make. I can't get this back in here. I clear this out later. Okay, and then the second mod I wanted to show you guys is the taco craft. That one is super simple. I mean, wow, very, very simple. For this one, we need some cooked meat. We need some of this corn. And I think that's it, if I remember right. Let me see if I can remember this now. Was it... I think it needs to be in a regular crafting table. 3. Corn, yes. That makes you a tortilla dough. Okay? And then I need some fuel here. And put that into this brick furnace. By the way, that thing is sitting on top of it. The comal. I guess it's a tortilla pan. I've never heard that term before. This will use fuel for as long as it has. It will never stop cooking, just letting you know. And then you put the tortilla on here. And that's going to cook it here in a minute. And I wanted to show you guys this here. I made another one for this open pot. That has like, if you guys see this. You guys see it has like slits on the bottom, like it needs a heat source underneath it or something. But no matter what I tried putting in here, I couldn't. I don't know what this is for. So if you guys find out, let me know. And I think this is done. Now we get a tortilla. And then the only thing you do with this is you put a cooked piece of meat in a tortilla and it gives you carnitas taco. Look at this. 2, 4, 5.5 hunger and 18 saturation. That is incredibly good. And all you need is to find this corn and get yourself like a little slaughterhouse going or whatever. And then the last one is right here, the pickle jar. Okay? They are now, you can break them and it keeps its content. It shows here pickle brine for pickles. Okay? So I'm going to take these out because I made them. And I wanted to show you guys how to make it because it took me out a hot minute. But now I got pickled cucumber, which I could put on my sandwich to make it even better. But the way it works, and it only works with an iron bucket. I tried a wooden and it didn't work. You fill it with water. And then you need, or pickles, cucumbers, sorry. And you can right click that. And now if we pick it up, it just shows us water and 4 cucumbers. And this, I had it sitting there forever and I couldn't figure it out. But then salt from sandwichable, you can make that. I'll show you that in a second. I totally forgot I had that point. But you right click that and now it's actually showing us that this is pickle brine and it's 2% pickled. So that's how you make pickles in case you are interested in that. And the way you can get salt is by just mining it. I need some redstone. Sorry about that. Let me grab that real quick. And I hope you guys liked, a little bit talking about the food because everybody, finds different recipes that they like. For example, I also found that there's a beef Wellington, which is, of course, super good. By the way, in case you're wondering is why I put the T everywhere, it's just so I know this is my dimension, right? Because if you have globals on, for example, right here, right, it shows mining system. But that's actually a claim from Blackadder. But I could have called it mining system, right? Or other people call theirs mining or nether portal. I know this is mine. Anyways, and I have a salination thingamabob right here. And no lights. Okay, and these are just, you can find them everywhere in the world. They look like this. Let me see, there was a meteor right there. There's another one right there. You guys see, you find them and they're slightly above the ground, so they're easy to see. And you can harvest this for salty stone and salt right there. Salty sand. Or you can make this thing here, redstone desalinator. Simple to make, and you place it in water. It needs to be set in water, and then the water fills, and then you give it redstone as fuel, and then that makes you salt. And yeah, I don't remember. I think you get like 8 per redstone or something like that. But that's how you get your salt. So sandwichable mod, nice. I like it. Okay, everything is clean. Oh, I forgot a sandwich. Let's put this in here as well. It's just my project bag kind of thing. But so in order to continue with anything else in this mod pack, when it comes to machines or anything, I need to make the basic machines right now. Because in order to make plates, for example, these large iron plates, right? You need 4 plates. And those you get from this hammer, which isn't too bad. But everything costs a lot, okay? Especially when you need a lot of iron. And I want to show you guys this here because it's stupid. I don't like how this is made. That's way too expensive. But let's take 5 because I know that's how many I can process right now. So by default, I can smelt this into an ingot, or if I break it with fortune, I think you can get 2 chunks maybe. But there's other ways of processing it, right? And that's where the forge hammer comes in, early game. And that's why there's 2 more hammers up there. I don't know how many of these friggin' hammers I have made, okay? It's insane. And they cost 3 iron plates, right? So that's 3 iron. But you put that in here and then 5, and now I can choose. I can either turn it into 3 chunks each or into 4 dust. Now, the chunk variant would come in handy because there's other processing with machines where you can actually get more than this. But right now, this is the best bang for my buck I can get, right? 5 ores for 1 hammer. Hammer broken. You can use it 5 times. That's it. So I want to start processing my ore. And for that, I need a pulverizer and so on. But before we can do any of that, I need some power, right? And I need more materials. That's why you guys just saw that steam drill. Let me show you here real quick. Look at this. Look at how many diamonds I have. 48 and all this ore here I can still harvest. Look at how much gold I have. And I've used a lot of gold if you look at these chests. But look how much more. I get it so easy. No problem. And everything else. I think I have more emeralds than I have iron right now. I have 49 emeralds. But iron, well, let's just check. With the 20 I'm just cooking up, I got a little bit. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but it's still not a lot. Get 4 blocks of iron from them. Must have found them somewhere. Anyways, I don't have a lot of iron, right? Especially if I want to make machines and so on. So before we do anything else, I want to make this thing right here. And that I've been hearing that from everybody else. The steam mining drill. Apparently it's a 3x3 with built-in silk touch. I'm not a big fan of the silk touch, to tell you the truth, because I'd rather get the fortune, but here we go. We got the steam mining drill. And now I am not sure. Can you right-click this? Shift right-click this? Does it tell me anything? Place fuel inside the drill. Right click. No, I'm just gonna go straight on the ground. I have 2 water buckets on me. So let's just go here. In the mining dimension deep underground, and I was tired of running here all the time, so there we go. Let's go right here. And let's make a little 2x2 pool real quick. And ba-ding. Okay, so now torch here. Okay, I'm right-clicking this right now. It shows water 100%. I just craft these together. No.
5 minutes later.
I figured it out. You pick up the charcoal and then right-click the drill. That's how I put it in. Okay. So now it's just faster. So what's the difference to just a minute ago without the coal? And it feels a little bit faster. And then apparently if you hold down Shift, yeah, you only get a 1x1. So if you need to do some more finer stuff, right? All right, just one observation, and that is that the thing does not vein mine, right? Even though when you hold it down, it shows you the outline, but then when you do it, it just... See, it does a 3x3x3. That's not normal, is it? No. So vein mine holding down, but it's set to shapeless. There's a 3x3x3. Well, that's really cool to make tunnels. Okay, so usually I probably won't have that on my bar because I'm worried about breaking something 3x3. And this is just perfect for work around the house. And what was the other thing? Torches, yes. I gotta put more torches here, and I'm gonna try to keep them... Does it just do that again? Sometimes, like, when you pick up torches in the wild, they don't stack until you do it a second time. And then they stack. So I don't know if there's some problem with unification or whatever, but it does work. It just sometimes takes a second. All right, so now that we have our steam drill, the other thing I want to make is some power. First, we got to start with power, right? Without power, there's nothing we can do. And that is this right here. We're going to make a lazuli flux container, which is a power cell. Right? Again, you guys are going to see all of these things take plates. Right? That's a lot of hammers you go through for that, plus all the metals, right? It doesn't feel like it's expensive, but it actually adds up in this pack. And I'm enjoying it. I really do. And we're going to make a stack of these power cables. And then I think we start over here. We're also going to make a stack of the item cables. We're going to make... I already made some of the fluid pipes, sorry, up for my XP drain. I'll show you that in a second. And then we're going to make 5 retriever servos and 4 more output servers. I already made one of them. And what do we got here? Yes, 2 generators, but I need to put you in here and get some lava and some water. Always scary when you right-click something with a bucket. I don't know why. All right, so we got 2 generators. And then right here, it actually shows you. Lava gives you the most heat. And then over here, this is water, ice, packed ice, blue ice. So blue ice is 10 degrees better. It's only 1 RF. I already know that. FE, whatever the energy unit is called now, better. Okay, so but we have that, and I want to set it up, and our first machines are going to be here. So we're going to set that up in the back. And, okay, I'm just trying to get this. So when you look from underneath and I'm digging, I know, hey, there's a floor, there's something, might be something important below this. Oh, they break so fast. Let's put that one there. That one there, and then I need a couple of more. And I'm just gonna steal them. Oh my god, I didn't even show you guys this. Ooh, that's gonna drive me nuts right now, isn't it? No, there's nothing here. These guys, these tiles here depend on which way you place them. So if I place them north or south, you see that? They're not lining up with the rest. I have to place them east-west every time. You see that? Otherwise, oh my god. I built this entire thing with a builder's wand, right? That stone one. And it drove me bonkers that I couldn't figure out... Wait a second, what am I doing here? This is not right. It goes right there. Okay. And then we'll put there. Okay, I think I got them all, but I do want to put one more in here. I have to place them east-west, or they don't align. One looks wrong. See, this one is wrong. Doesn't really matter because nobody can see it. What am I doing? Sorry. Okay, so we have all of this here, and I'm gonna say we're gonna share the lava in the middle. And then the packed ice. Packed ice, because packed ice doesn't melt. Okay. Also gives you more power. And then I can close this up again. Oh. There we go. Everything done? Yep, I just gotta fix the floor there. So now these are filling. Already it's 8,000 RF. Okay. And then I figured I do want to have access to this battery from the outside. So why don't we put that in the corner here? Yes, I like that. So let's put this here. And I know there is orange is output. Blue is input. Now let's see. Can I wrench this to... Just feels like it's wrenching the whole thing. Alright, I actually had to place it against this tile. I could never get the blue to come to the bottom. But this is how I want it. So now I can go out left and right. But I need to make them... Well, maybe these cables can be disconnected. Let's go ahead and try that first. So if I come... into here. And then I want to come out here. Can I disconnect you? Oh my god. Love it. Beautiful. Love it when mods do that kind of stuff. But now I cannot walk through here. If I do it like that. No, I won't be able to do it regardless. Okay, that's fine. I can manage that. All right, so now we're charging this here, right? Yeah, it's almost full. Boom, full. Now these cables only can run 128, and one of these here can max output 64. That doesn't mean they generate 64, just so you guys know. I think with this configuration right here, with the lava and the packed ice, I think it's 25 RF a tick per machines. So I'm only making about 50 right now. That's it. But that's good enough for our starter needs. And the rest I can do from behind. Okay, good. Yay, moving up into the machine age is so exciting. I am excited, actually. All right, let's take the furnace, polarizer, compressor. I'm hoping that makes plates. And then we have solid infuser. Not sure what that is for. And then what did I make here? The sawmill. Yes, also. Figured. And then this machine is for later. So how are we going to set this up? I want ore processing here. Yes. And then we're going to put some inventories above it. Okay, so I'm going to put the polarizer there. The furnace here. And then hopefully, let's see here. Oh, wow. There's nothing. Do I need piping or something? Okay. Let's go ahead and let's see. You, and you. So I'm hoping this is like input. Let's see. Do you... You do not. Cool. I don't like it because that means I gotta put a pipe here. And that's polarizer. All right, let's... Oh, I gotta put power. Maybe they need power. Well, let's double check. Still haven't fixed the floor. And cable MK1. So... Oh, yeah, let's stay on the floor. There we go. Okay. Took a second. Have power. Okay. Oh my goodness, is that slow. Holy shnikes. What is this stuff here? Oh, so maybe it's faster the hotter it gets, and then there's a cooler. Wait. Wait, what? Wait. Did that just... Oh, yeah, obviously, but like, does it maybe auto pull from the left? Ah, so it goes left in, out right, in out. So this would be ore processing. But then the problem is if I want to pulverize something and don't want to get it into there. And I'm not a fan of these barrels right there, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to leave them. Okay, so I did a little bit of tinkering here and I set them up differently. The pulverizer, the furnace, compressor, and the sawmill all have an input and an output barrel. And then I just put the solid infuser down here, and you know, other machines we can put along here as well if we need more. But these I'm okay with automating. Right now I'm doing all the iron. I always keep one ore in the system, so if we ever need them for filters, they're there. And it's working on nether gold ore, which is really cool because if you break this, you get 1 nugget, right? But if you put it in a pulverizer, you get 3 dust. So that's a huge improvement in ore output. Okay, so that's there, and I put the smithing table over here just to cover up that cable so we can see it. But now we are going to set up something else. I made another machine. Get me through here. Because I think I might have mentioned it already. I am tired of chopping trees, guys. I want to be done with it. And I'm okay with like getting the nether variant because I need it for building or decoration and so on. But I just want to have a wood income, if that makes any sense, right? And that is what this one is for over here. I prepared this, and we can go down and set this up real quick. I'm just going to put this out of the way right here. And let's go ahead and put the generator there. And let's share to this side. In case I put more, I don't know yet. And our 2 packed ice. Okay. And there's not going to be any, whatchamacallit, any power storage or anything like that. Can I click you? Yes. And we can, yeah, we can just power this up, and then we don't even need to come down here anymore because I am not going to automate this too much. Whoop, that's the wrong bag. That's why I don't see it. There's cable. Okay. Let me just get this done. Okay, good. Now they should all be working. So the thing is, guys, this does not stop chopping when it's full. Okay. So if this output here is full, I tested it in creative. It just keeps chopping and the items just fall into the world. Check it out. By default, that's how big it is, range 5. You can click on here and see the distance, and it goes to here. Well, I want it to only be range 4 overall, so that's what I'm going to set it to. And now you see it's on the inside of this here. But if I ever want to grow something else, you know, I can just tear more of this up and put grass down or dirt again for oak, for example. But I just want to have 2 2x2 spruce trees here. That's all I want. And that's why this size is enough. And we can turn this off again. And I got to give it an axe. I got one of these from a chest. So I'm just going to give it this axe. And then, oh, I thought you can hold 2 bone meal, 1 sapling. Okay. But we'll put these saplings in here. And then it should already start planting them any second now. There we go. So I guess it goes like this. So we're going to see this one and that. Then a short while nothing, and then over here. And this thing does self-bone meal as well, which is cool. Eventually, we can automate all of this, right? But for now, this is good enough. Output servo, and I'm going to need 2 of these. Okay. Bloop. And we're just going to put this right there. Right. Well, you don't have anything yet, but... And then we'll put the servo, and I'm just going to leave it to... I click you? There we go. This is blacklist. So I'm not blacklisting anything. It can pull out whatever it wants because it can only get it from this side. Oh, it's already a tree. Hello. Wow. How much bone meal did that use? Yeah, quite a bit. But anyway, we got a tree farm, right? So by the time that I'm using up all of these saplings over here, because it seems to get the saplings. So this doesn't actually work. So I don't need to ever pump saplings back into it. The only thing would be like axes and bone meal. But I don't think I'm going to fill this up anytime soon. So I'm just going to leave it. And we have a tree farm in the dark. That's awesome. I'm really hoping that the shader pack, whoops, there's the bed, works for you guys. And it's not too dark on YouTube. But I just love the atmosphere. Okay, I just finished editing everything up to here. And there was one thing that I said I'm going to show you guys later, and I never did, and that is where I get the honey from. So that was actually a present from Smash right here, the bee nest. He found a couple of them, and it's a vanilla item which we're allowed to trade on our server. So, and there's a hopper underneath. So I actually have 2 hoppers in the world. One here, and then I remember when I was editing, I'm like, yeah, I do at the chickens to collect the eggs. So I actually have 2 hoppers. But anyway, trying to have as little as I can. And so up here is just a dispenser pointing downwards with a bunch of empty bottles. And then here you need to wait for honey level 0. Okay? Sorry, you need to wait for honey level 5. Then it's full. And yeah, if I press it now, I'm just going to get an empty bottle here because there was no honey to pick up. Good. Now that it's out of the way, there's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys because I did say that I made some fluid pipes already and used them, and that is right here. There is just a liquid XP or a tank from Kibi up there, and here is another tank underneath that. Okay? Boom. All right? And on top of that, I have the XP drain. And then I just have the fluid pipe going up here and down here. It's, you guys see right there is the, what is that called? The extractor thingamadoodle? The servo? Yeah. And then here is a XP shower. I'm not sure why it was reversed, because this one needs a redstone signal to not throw out XP. So that's why it's on. If I turn it off, boom, then it comes. Well, I didn't want that. All right, let me just fill it up. It's fine. There we go. And what that is for is that once I have the ember that I need, I still haven't gotten it. I want to make a respawn obelisk here in the end, right? Because it's my main base. That's all I'm missing right here is these ember blocks, and I haven't found any ember apparently. So I'm gonna have to look for it and put it like somewhere here. And so if I die or something and I spawn here, then I can, you know, get some XP 1 level and take the waystone going to wherever my grave was. Right? That's the idea. Good. Now, all of this is done, and we're getting back to what I were talking about in the very beginning when we got into the space, and that's storage, right? That I am not a fan of this right here. And we're going to fix that now. Smash had that idea, brought it up, and then I started playing with it. And that is, you can make a dock here. It's just 8 black concrete. Super cheap, right? And you can put your tanks in there, right? And we know you can pump in and out of this, okay? So this is the one that I've been using. So I made another one, an emerald, and I want to get all of this into only there. And that would be really cool, right? So shift right click, you get your tank back out. So I'm going to put this up here for right now to not confuse it. And over here, I just brought a link cable up. And this link cable right here, I need to click a million times right now. We're going to set to like something high in case I ever need some other sorting, but we're gonna set this to 50. And there's nothing on here else, right? So now I can take the thing, oops, should always break it with a pick, and put that shift right click right there. Good. Now, actually we can test this. If I put this one in there, kablam. Yeah, there it is. 12,900 deep slate. And I know it works because over here it only shows me 64, right? So it shows you all these things already. It's amazing. So, but my thinking here is that we're going to take this one, and let me just get going with that. So I always get a stack out of it. So I want to start with the 3. I want them to be in a certain order, yada, yada. So right click this, and of course I put it into my, put it in here? No. I need to turn this off. I could also just turn off pickup mode, but I'm just going to do it this way here real quick. Gravel, and then I said stone, right? Boom. And then I'll put those into here, and I'm going to go with just the order that makes the most sense to me. Now that's there, and then I had to set up a key binding. Yeah, right this button here. Yeah, you see, it's like a little tick. It's next to the enter key. I set that up. I had to find it. And now I'm locking these, right? So even if I take out the last, or you can take out the last one. I see. Okay. So it always will keep the last one. So you can keep them in an order you want. And I'm going to go ahead and go through all the things that I want. And I was thinking that we could even do, I'm clicking on the wrong thing here, because I have, for example, I have so many ender pearls. There's no reason that I can put ender pearls in here either. And whatever else I find right now that I just have a ton of. All right, before we wrap this up, let's go ahead and check on the tree farm here. Now, that's been running since yesterday. That's when I did the beginning of the episode. But this is not chunk loaded or anything, and it's actually doing really well. That's a lot of wood. So these twigs, for example, is another thing that I need to make sure I assign. And, oh yeah, check it out. I only put one stack in here. I had to put another axe in here already, but I have not refilled the bone meal. So I'm guessing it's because it's so slow. It just takes a long time for this to, go up. Oh, and we can test this here as well. Let's get this out. Put all of these in here, but the twigs. Those not. Okay, it's sucking it in because that base is chunk loaded. Back in the base, you guys see all of those I imported. I just replaced this entangle chest with each one of these crude storage units, so it gets back imported. And then, of course, because this is highest priority, it put those always into the dank first. Then I went through the chests and cleaned that up a little bit, so I have a lot of more storage now. And everything is in here, including that spruce and the saplings, all the ender pearls. And I did add grass because I think I'm going to get a lot more of that in the future. And I just put the filter here. And now we're going to move this filter. Well, you can't move it actually, but you can replace it with these twigs. Put it right there. So now there's 23 in there. And boom, I put these in. And they're there. 90 something. So it's super easy also to organize, right? So let's say you get a lot of whatever these aurora crystals, right? Just take them all out, assign it, put it back in the system, done. Super clean, and it should also be pretty good for the server, I'm hoping. Wow, I just butchered my outro. So I'm gonna do it again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this. And it's a long episode, I know, but it's the first one in such a long time. And there's a lot of stuff I wanted to get caught up, and now we are in this world and we can have fun. And as far as goals go in the series, maybe you guys have an idea. Should we go for some of those creative items that are mentioned in the quest book, or, what do we do? Let me know down in the comment section, okay? And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.